I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video we're going to have a look at how profitable the MemePad Launchpad actually is. So on MemePad they launch meme coins, charity coins, microcaps. In this video I'll give you a full overview of the allocation, the guaranteed allocation, the limitations of the platform, and of course, is it worth it to invest? In my opinion. Nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. We're going to have a look at the allocation levels first. So there are three different varieties. We got Pleb, Chad, Elon, respectively 10,000 tokens required, 69,000 tokens required, 420,000 tokens required. All bring you guaranteed allocation and a pool weight from 10 to 100 to 1,000. There is a staking requirement, but only during the IDOs. So when we go into the platform and go to staking, there is a MemePad pool, which used to have a lock time frame of 30 days. This has been adjusted to variable. So you can withdraw your funds at any time while an IDO is not active. As soon as an IDO starts or becomes active, usually 6 hours before the IDO starts to 12 hours, 24 hours after the IDO ends, the pool is frozen. You cannot withdraw or deposit funds. Other than that, there's a 16% APY because there is no fixed staking period. The APY used to be like 120, sometimes even 500, depending on how many people were on the platform. But there was a 30-day staking requirement. This has been removed. There is a large variety of projects available, as you can see, and we'll have a complete look. I will also tell you which projects I invested in, how that went, and my current situation and view on MemePad. So I have the complete overview here. We have the three different levels, the token requirements, the pool weight, and the investment required. So the current price of MemePad is about 2.4 cents. 2.4 cents for 10,000 tokens brings you to a $240 investment. For the chat level, it's about a $1,600 investment, and for the Elon level, it's about a $10,000 investment. Because I have participated in many of their IDOs, I have a proper understanding of what the average allocation size is. The average allocation size obviously depends on your pool weight, on your level that you're at, relative to the amount of funds going to be raised. Some projects raise, for example, in this situation, 300,000, or no, this is $200,000, it's the amount to be raised. And for other projects, this might be different. So this one was raising 200,000. Some might raise more, some might raise less, but 170,000, but they never really reach like $1 million, anything like that. These are all obviously meme and small game tokens. So for example, this one raised 250,000. Your average allocation size will be 0.004 BNB, which is about $2 on the Pleb level. The chat level 0.04 BNB, which is about $21. And then the Elon level 0.4 BNB, which is about $212. You can imagine that you need some specific high returns in order to make this viable. However, I've been on the chat level for most of these runs, and I was quite satisfied until things changed, which I will cover in a second. So there were some changes recently, or at least lack of performance, which basically shows quite heavily in this graph. So I started participating at around the November period on this platform. So when we zoom in, I got in at like a price of 5 cents. During the time I was there, it did really well. The platform continuously improved, and it went all the way to an all-time high of 18.66 cents. Then there were some IDO problems, and the price completely crashed because everybody, as well as me, left the platform. And I will explain you exactly why in a second. So when we look at the projects, they started with the Elon Doge, which was like a hugely successful launch, right? The all-time high was at over 9,999%. So they tracked the all-time highs, and the only two projects that didn't do too well was basically Rhino Coin and SafeDot. All the other ones had like 1,700% ROI, 400, 38, 2,500. This was the first IDO I did on MemePad, Meme Wars, which did extremely well, right? Over 10,000% ROI. Tribe I participated in MetaGirl, FlokiFam, and with Toreco, basically the problems started to arise. So Toreco was refunded because the launchpads or other launchpads involved distributed the tokens too early. So it says only available on MemePad. That's not exactly true. That's probably just their template, because we did get a refund for that. Then Game of Loves was like a shit launch. Empire Warriors was like a shit launch. Or this one I think also got refunded. Shiba Galaxy got refunded. Abura Farm did go live. Dark Shields got refunded. AC Finance got refunded. So basically, after the game of launch, basically the bad performance that happened there, or at least occurred there, it was downhill from there for this platform, right? So as of their 6 latest launches, they also didn't take enough time to select projects. There were projects announced on Telegram that never happened. I think that's because, you know, there was some pressure from the audience to deliver some projects, but that was just not feasible, and then bad projects were selected, at least projects that never went live, and they did multiple refunds, to a point where I basically said, I didn't even participate in the last one, because I already, after Dark Shields, I was like, I'm done with this, you know, the price is tanking of the coin, I better just get out while I can, and I did sell off my assets at about 4.8 cents, so I took a small loss on the token itself, but I did have some good returns. I'm not gonna lie. On the MemePad, I was highly profitable still, but I do want to show you some overviews of charts, right? Because let's say that MemePad fixes their issues on their platforms. What can you expect? So let me pull up the PooCoin charts, and I'll just pick up some launches for you. So let's start with Meme Wars, right? That's one of the first launches that I worked with. So when we have that overview of Meme Wars, it has been around for quite some time. So I'm going to put it on a 1-hour overview. There we go. So basically on the launch, it did extremely well, right? And that's what you'll see with a lot of these MemePad launches. The launches are sniped by bots. There's a lot of interaction, so the price almost always shoots up like crazy. So it went to like 16 cents, and the IDO price was literally like less than 1/10 of a cent, right? So it shot up to like 16 cents. Then it went down, then it went up again. It was quite stable for a long period of time, but then over time it basically died out. Because it's obviously a meme game project, and now at 3 cents it's trying to recover. 3 cents still not bad from the IDO price, right? Don't get me wrong, but it just couldn't live up to the hype of like at least staying stable around 10 cents. And this was one of the best projects, right? So Tribe is still live, right? It's called Tribe X. They also don't update the contract addresses or anything. Oh, addresses here. Okay, perfect. That was not true. It is there. So Tribe X, it's like an NFT marketplace. Chart on an hour again. Huge spike on launch, as you can see, right? It went all the way up to $1.28, but it didn't even hold there for an hour. It closed at 75 cents and then it crashed down, basically right now sitting about 6 cents. So long term, these projects, they just do not perform, right? Which is fine if you can get, so I got 0.1 BNB allocation here, and I still need to wait for my vesting. My whole strategy with IDOs in general is to get your compensation, your investment on the first vesting, and then you're good, which all these projects did. So I was happy with MemePad, right? Don't get me wrong. I might sound a little bit negative about the last few, but these two were amazing. They did great. So Girl Story was also an interesting launch. Didn't do as well. But basically this is one project that completely died out, as you can see. So there were some spikes again on the launch all the way to $12. Then it went down. It did hold strong at about $4.20. Right now sitting about 2.8 cents, completely dead. Market cap fully destroyed. Basically this is a dead project at this point, where Meme Wars and Tribe are still active, right? So Meme Wars and Tribe are still active. Girl Story is basically dead. Any vesting that I would get from this is worthless, right? Which is unfortunate. Then we got FlokiFam, which basically yesterday I noticed all of a sudden started making some moves. It was literally like in the top 3 biggest gainers. Here it is, Floki fam. That's funny. So I did sell off some vesting right here actually, and I only got like very little money for it, like I think $90 or something, but better than nothing. But if we look at the all-time chart, you can see basically on the launch it did really well, and then again it completely died out, and then yesterday all of a sudden I don't know why, there was some kind of increase, somebody made some huge purchase, and then it's like dribbling on again. But yeah, this project also relatively uninteresting, like a true meme coin to its name. Then we have Terreco. I believe Terreco actually did quite well. So this one did get refunded, but it did launch, right? So a different launchpad released the tokens early, which made MemePad decide to refund, which I think makes sense. I think that was the right decision to do, right? Because if we get our tokens, and I think it was like something like 50% TGE, and you get your tokens 10 minutes later, these launches are basically where most of the money is made initially, right? So you can see even on Terreco, opening high and again basically flatline, disaster. The fully diluted market cap is 112k, so this project is basically dead, right? I don't know if there's any liquidity still behind it, but this looks like, I don't want to say it's a rug because apparently there's still some tradable volume, but very minimal. Here there was like huge volume, right? 15 million, 10 million, I don't know exactly what happened there, but this drop here looks like the liquidity was sold off, people panicked here and started selling everything. So MemePad there, I can say all bad things about the projects that are coming up right now. So I had a 0.5 BNB allocation, which was happy to be refunded, but they do look out for their users. So if there's anything shady, because obviously these are all meme launches, right? So there's already super high risk, which I've covered MemePad in different videos where I did have a good experience with the platform. I was just saying like these are extremely high risk launches, and then if they choose their audience over the actual launch, they could have just pushed through the launch and take their commission, but they actually decide to refund. I think that's like a good decision. Gotta give credit where credit is due, and I think that's most important. Game of Laughs also literally no liquidity. Look, $40 trades. This project is dead, right? So this is basically after Terreco, as I said, is where basically the drama started spiraling and the performance really went down, and I really hope they can pull the performance back to where it once was. Empire Warriors, let me see, again same thing. All these charts look extremely alike, right? And that's one thing, that's like literally one common pattern that we see all the time here, or not all the time, or almost. It's just quite obvious, right? That when we look at these charts, they start high, they end small, and the tradable volume goes from literally almost $1 million to $2,000 a day, if not less, right? And that's just an indication that these projects are churn and burn projects. They're there for the owners to make money, most likely, and it wouldn't surprise me if these websites are not even online anymore, but it is online. And it's actually like a playable game, it appears. Not really. They just want you to buy more shit. But yeah, most of these projects, if you check them a couple months from now, they're gone, right? They just disappeared. So Abura Farm is actually one I did. So I had a 0.25 allocation, because I was not giving up at that point just yet. And this one did launch, but I haven't looked at it ever since after the launch. And basically same shit, right? It went from 1 million to like 2K. So this project is worthless. Sad, but I already sold off my initial vesting straight on in the beginning. Dark Shields got refunded. I got a high allocation because nobody wanted to participate at this point, basically. Which is probably going to show you the same pattern. This one is at 2 cents. So this one actually is not going to show you the same pattern, but this one only got launched like a couple of days ago, right? So I think they did a relaunch or something, because I think they launched a while back and maybe they just relaunched the token under this new contract address. Yeah, so basically CoinMarketCap only picked it up like on the 17th, but it has been live a lot longer, like 4 days before. So after the initial launch, it turned into like a little disaster, and then there was some recovery. These initial spikes are probably buybacks from the teams, just to push the price up a little bit, because I don't understand why somebody would make like such a ladder on such a small project, unless they know something that we don't know. Fully diluted at 160 million, that's a lot of money, but there's almost no circulating supply, so the market cap is only 628k. But yeah, so far this project is looking good. I had a refund, which I'm even happier about. I wouldn't want to risk having my assets in there. And the AC Finance, I didn't even participate in at all. Let me see what that actually turned out to look like. No, it's not even live yet. So all in all, normally I make like an ROI, the ROI on the all-time high. We're not going to do that today because most of these projects are going to sink. Do I still believe in MEPAD? No. Would I come back to MEPAD ever? Probably not, unless there's like an additional 5 or 6 launches that go extremely well. I might reconsider this platform. I really like the team. They were super transparent in my opinion. The Telegram updates were great. The launches were just not as great as they initially were. So I did 2 really great launches, 2 launches that were initially good and then died out, and then I did like 5 shit launches, which basically means for me then I'm going to abandon the platform and invest my money somewhere else because the opportunity costs are too high. That's just my 2 cents on MEPAD right now. I don't really have anything else to say except I hope they bring better projects in the future and we can all come back. Would I invest into MEPAD right now? No. Will I look at it and at least look at their projects maybe once a month? Sure. Right, always gonna reconsider. They had good performance, then it went down, so I'm also sure they can turn it back around. If you have any questions about MEPAD, drop it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.